And now we're going to do something different and remain overseas. And one of the great things about basketball is you can travel the world chasing your dreams. And a young man doing this at the moment is Anthony Gomes, a West Australian who attended Chisholm Catholic College. Thursday this week will be exactly 3 years since he departed for America. So let's see what his life has been like and have a quick listen at what it's like to be in America.
Anthony Gomes, he inbounded it, they gave it back to him, they let him go to work.
He's averaging about 15 points a game in this fall league, which it's top 10. It might be top 5. He's been scoring every game.
Yep.
Anthony Gomes, welcome to the Dribble podcast.
Hi, Craig. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. Thank you for jumping on. I got to say, the concept of moving to America to complete high school and chase your basketball dreams would sound outlandish to a lot of people. You were 15 when you moved. How has it been?
It's been great. When I first moved, it was a little hard moving away from family and friends like that. But then as I mingled in America, I met lots of friends, coaches. I also had house parents who treated me like their own children. So it was made really comfortable for me while I was here.
So your mum Julie played basketball, your dad Melroy played cricket, and you were playing wobble for the Stirling Senators. So it's pretty clear that there was a family background in sport. But the conversation with your parents when you're 15 years old and wanting to move to America, talk me through how that went.
Yeah, so when I was young, I always had a dream of playing pro sports. Every little kid has their own dream, but I got the opportunity through Insight Sports Recruitment to be able to actually live out that opportunity. And so I took it. It was obviously a challenging decision to make, leaving my family and stuff like that. But I wanted to pursue something that I've always dreamt of. So that's how I made my decision.
And you went to Ohio and the Andrews Osborne Academy. And I was looking at it online before. It's absolutely amazing. It looks like a combination of quaint country elegance when it comes to the boarding facilities and absolute opulence when it comes to the sporting facilities. The basketball stadium looks amazing. The Gridiron Stadium on an indoor field is outrageous. And there's tennis courts, baseball diamonds, a performing arts theatre, an observatory. It's not a standard high school, is it?
No. Well, in America, it's a standard high school, but I tell you, it's completely different from Australia. I've never seen nothing like that. And when I first got there, I was like, wow. So I was pretty lucky.
So what do you do there other than basketball? Is there an opportunity to chill out with friends there, or once you finish classes, is it all basketball?
So I'll give you a rundown through my day. So I would go to school I would have breakfast from anywhere from 6 till 8, and then classes would start from 8 till 12. Then after classes, we would have lunch, and then after lunch, we would usually have either a lift or a basketball workout, and those two would range from 1 o'clock all the way till 5 o'clock. And so after that, we would have dinner, and then after dinner, we would have a study hall where we have to go to our dorms and get our work done and stuff like that. And then after that, we pretty much have the rest of the time to chill. But that's a weekday. During the weekends, it's a little bit more relaxed. We would have morning practices, we would have brunch, and then the school would usually have trips for us to go on during the day, usually to the movie theater or the mall or something like that. And they would also take us to roller coaster parks and theme parks and stuff like that. So
there's plenty going on, that's for sure. I've got to say, the first thing I noticed about you is you sound very American all of a sudden. You're saying mall. You've got the American. You picked up the American accent.
I do. That's what happens when you stay here for 3 years. You kind of lose it.
Did you notice it going gradually, or did it all of a sudden one day you just sound American?
I did. So after the first couple months, I started to lose it. I started to notice it myself, because everyone that I met in America they were all I don't know, they were all over my accent. They loved it. And then it kind of grew away from me. I still have it for some words, but every time I go back home, it kind of comes back a little bit.
Now, this is where your move gets really interesting. You moved to the Spire Academy for a postgraduate season. Now, a lot of Australians may not realise how significant Spire has been to basketball over here already, but it has had an impact on the NBL, and that has been through this man.
Ball driving. Keep it going. LaMelo, hesitation, step, wraps it under. Oh, my goodness. They need a 3-ball. Oh, no. LaMelo!
Yes, Spire Academy is the same program that LaMelo Ball chose to utilise before moving to the NBL to play for the Aurora Hawks, and now, of course, he is dominating in the NBA. So how much did his name impact your decision to go to Spire and chase this dream?
So I actually heard about Spire first because of him like playing high school. I actually didn't know about Spire, but then it kind of changed after he left, and so we had all like different coaches and different people running it and stuff like that. So I kind of looked into it just because like obviously LaMelo went there, and then Insight also helped me pick out Spire just because it fitted what I liked. It fitted like the coaching stuff. The school was really nice, and just the area around it is pretty good too. So those factors helped me pick out Spire too.
So the team that you play in Spire includes players from Belgium and Italy and the UK, but there's also players who have travelled from inside America, from New York and Chicago, Mississippi and Denver. What lures all these people from all around the world and all around different parts of America to chase their success at Spire?
So part of being a prep school is you can recruit. So the coaches, Coach Sparrow, Coach Dooley, and Coach Gonzalez, they all recruit around the U.S. and also around the world, and they build a team that they think will fit how they coach and how they play. So it's really easy when you have a prep school because you can kind of build your team around what your coaching is like. What's
it done for your game? Where are you at with your development at the moment, and what are you focusing on to become the player you want to be?
Since I've left, I've developed a lot. Just like also in the sense of IQ, I've developed a lot. Obviously, the rules are different around here, so I had to adjust to that too. But skill-wise, I've just been like going up the whole time. The coaching is really good, and also there's also a lot of facilities to help us get better, like the weight room, the shooting machines, the guns, everything like helps us get better. So it's kind of on you if you don't improve while you're here.
So there's YouTube clips of you available online, and if people want to go and look at how you play. But before they go there, explain to us, what type of player are you? What are your biggest strengths?
My biggest strengths are definitely shooting. I'm a shooter. I also love to facilitate, kick out to my teammates because draw defenders. I can bring the ball up when you need me to. I can kind of play any wing position just to run the plays, get the shots up, make the shots too. So yeah.
He's a very good shooter. I've had a good look at him online. He says he's a pretty good shooter or a handy shooter. He's a very good shooter. That's the one thing that he can certainly do.
I'd also consider myself pretty athletic. I got a 40-inch vertical too. So
a 40-inch vertical. Okay, that's about a meter. I think it works out too. So that's rather handy. You're gonna need that, I've got to say, because
I kind of forgot the metric system, to be honest.
You're 5'10" according to the website for Spire, which is only a couple of inches taller than me, and that's less than about 176, 178, I reckon, in our system. So you're going to need the athleticism and that leap.
Around that, I think, yeah.
How important is it to have that athleticism then, given you be coming up against a lot of guys who are significantly taller in the American system?
Yeah, so like having that athleticism is really handy for me because obviously in America the average height is like I think 6 foot, but when you get to basketball it's definitely like 6'5", 6'6", and there's also a lot of most good teams have a lot of good 7-footers around the rim protecting it. So having the athleticism to like jump and like maneuver my way around all the traffic in the paint is also really helpful.
There's going to be plenty of youngsters out there in Australia with dreams in their eyes, thinking of hassling their parents to do something like head overseas and chase their dreams like you are. What's your advice for any youngster who wants to pursue this path?
Follow your dreams, follow your heart. Whatever. If you want to do it, now's your opportunity. There's no going back. You got to either choose to do it or not.
And what's next for you? Do you reckon? What's your next pathway at 18? What do you want to do next year as part of your progression, and where do you see yourself ending up?
I really want to do college in America. I'm talking to a few schools right now. I'm trying to play basketball too while majoring in engineering. I want to do all 4 years at college, and then after that, I want to have my degree and then hopefully play pro basketball somewhere.
So one of the things right now is it is dead set freezing in Ohio at the moment. There's overnight lows below zero, but you just got back from Florida where you were playing, and it must have been a lot nicer over there just with the weather. But Florida's an amazing place. Tell us what it was like to be down there and playing games and just enjoying your life.
So we actually went to 3 places in Florida. We went to Daytona Beach, we went to Orlando, and seeing Disney World was pretty fun too. And then we went to Tampa too. And all three places were really nice. When we were in Daytona Beach, we had a beachside hotel. It was super nice, just playing in the beach and like it being really warm, obviously, compared to Ohio. But also, we played really good teams down there. We played IMG Academy, we played Spates, we played Miami Prep. So we played a lot of good teams, and we ended up going 5-1 down there. So it was pretty good.
And how'd you go personally?
I did all right. I got a college coach interest from playing down there, so it was pretty good.
That's outstanding. Now tell me, Christmas is coming up. What's Spire got organised for you, given you're going to be away from your family?
So I'm actually not at Spire right now. Most of the kids went home, but because of the borders, I wasn't able to go home. But I will be going home for spring break. Right now, I'm staying with my girlfriend and her family. Right now, they're really supportive and helpful during these times. So
that's good. Well, hopefully you have a good time there. Now we have a segment on the Dribble podcast called This or That. You can't sit on the fence. You have to have an opinion. And this week's question is relevant to both America and Australia because Christmas Day is an NBA tradition, but we're yet to head down that path in Australia. Do you like the idea of sport in Australia on Christmas Day, or do you think it's a day that will be left to family?
I think it's a great idea. I'm actually going to a Christmas Day game, and I'm really excited because it's what I love. And just seeing like basketball play at the highest level on Christmas Day, I think is the greatest gift you can get on Christmas Day.
Perfect. Present one. Right. What game are you going to?
I'm going to the Celtics game.
Perfect.
That's my team.
Well, it's funny because Scott Morrison, the new Wildcats coach over here, was an assistant coach at the Boston Celtics in the past few years. So
yeah.
There's a big link between WA and the Celtics these days. Well, we really hope you enjoy that. We really hope you enjoy Christmas and keep playing really well at the moment once you get back with all your mates to settle back into that season. We hope things continue to go extremely well for you over there. We look forward to one day having you back in Perth, but we hope college certainly becomes the dream that you want it to be and that you continue to excel in basketball around the globe. Thank you very much for joining us, Anthony Gomes.
Thank you, Craig.